4 more to go, and the championship gets tighter and tighter. This is round number 12 of the Formula One World Championship in 2025. We are here at the Red Bull Ring, here at the Styrian Mountains. Like I said, it is round number 12 of the Formula One World Championship in 2025, and Lewis Hamilton comes into this weekend, could easily clinch the Drivers' Championship. He is 20 points clear of Charles Leclerc, still with 4 more to go. Leclerc's going to make sure that Hamilton has some sort of problem, and Ferrari comes into this race with a 69-point lead. But Jesse, Hamilton could easily win that 8th world title this weekend.
Right, he sure can. He has been looking to win that 8th world title, but he comes to this race weekend, 20 points clear. He can make sure it happens, but Charles Leclerc must make sure that doesn't happen. He wants to make sure the title fight goes all the way down to Sao Paulo in late June 13th.
Hamilton could easily win the Drivers' Championship, but now look now at the track map. We go 3 to the left and 7 to the right. This makes it to 10 turns. 3 DRS zones, 210 miles an hour, 338 kilometers an hour. The elevation change, 63.5 meters. 10 turns, like I said, and now now at our Pirelli tires, we have the C4, we have the C5, which is the softs, the C3, which is the mediums, and the C2, which is the hard tires. And I'm looking at the points leader of Lewis Hamilton starting on the hard tires, and his teammate Charles Leclerc starting on the softs. But now the starting gun at the back is going to be Gabriel Bortoleto and his teammates of Nico Hülkenberg. So both Saubers out, starting in that back row. Joining them is the Williams of Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. So they're not the only ones starting at the back, 18th and 17th respectively for the Williams. 16th will go to Oliver Behrman in his Haas, and Franco Colapinto in his Alpine, Gasly and Isaac Hadjar. Then it's Liam Lawson and Lance Stroll missing out in Q3 by 3 millimeters over teammate Fernando Alonso, who starts 9th, and Esteban Ocon, who starts in P10. George Russell starting in P8 with his Mercedes. Oscar Piastri starting in 7th. Then Lando Norris starting in 6th. Max Verstappen still in the hunt in the Drivers' Championship, going for his 5th world title. TSUNODA also in the hunt. Kimi Antonelli also in the hunt. All 4 of those are still in the hunt and there he is, the points leader, Lewis Hamilton, with a 20-point advantage, and Charles Leclerc, who wants to make sure he keeps the Drivers' Championship alive going into Sao Paulo on June 13th. So Ferrari lock out the front row for their 200th time. Ferrari lock out the front row, but here we go. It is Charles Leclerc on pole, the championship leader, starting in 20th or in 2nd. He could win the Drivers' Championship today. It's lights out, and there we go. It's a great start for Lewis Hamilton, but Charles Leclerc using overtake already. He's going to be in the social minus teammate of Lewis Hamilton, so Hamilton leads from Leclerc, but Leclerc gets a good exit off of turn 1 and breezes past his teammate of Lewis Hamilton. Charles Leclerc retakes the lead. Then it's Hamilton. Kimi Antonelli runs in 3rd. Then it's Yuki and Lando Norris P5. What a start for Hamilton, but that overtake that Charles Leclerc already used has already got him into the lead, and he's already 6/10 clear of his teammate and the championship leader of Lewis Hamilton.
It's not what the points leader wanted. He's already 2nd and easily almost going to be under pressure from Kimi Antonelli. But what happened to Max Verstappen? He's down in P6. He started 4th and down to P6. But let's keep an eye on how Charles Leclerc keeps the forward momentum going to make sure he keeps this championship alive going into Sao Paulo on June 13th. But you can see now he gets good exits, but his teammate is now 1.3 seconds behind. But you can see we saw Charles Leclerc struggle in these 2 corners, 9 and 10, which would allow Lewis Hamilton to slowly turn back up. But Charles Leclerc got a good exit out of turn 10. Now 2.3 seconds clear. Antonelli closing in on Lewis Hamilton. And then a Yuki 7th is closing up on Kimi Antonelli. So Charles Leclerc could easily take a victory. But those 3 back-to-back DNFs in Imola, China, and of course last week in Australia really cost him, and could almost cost him the title. And he hopes he keeps this championship fight going in to Sao Paulo. And now we can see some battles going on. Oh, you can see the two Sabres. They're really getting close together, but they able to keep it on the racetrack. Easily done. And now Oscar P actually really working on Fernando Alonso. Oscar P actually diving down on the inside and easily takes the position and gets it done on Fernando Alonso. Lando Norris 4.3 seconds back behind Yuki Tsunoda, trying to make sure he gets an advantage. And now Tsunoda closing in on Kimi Antonelli.
So as Yuki Tsunoda closes in on Kimi Antonelli, Max Verstappen has fallen to 6th place. I mean, this is, kind of, championship, elimination right now for Verstappen, because it's Leclerc that leads from the point leader of Lewis Hamilton. So Max Verstappen, Kimi Antonelli, Yuki Tsunoda, and Charles Leclerc is going to have to get well. Charles Leclerc is already ahead of Lewis Hamilton, but Antonelli, Tsunoda, and Verstappen will all have to get ahead of Lewis Hamilton, because if they don't, then they're officially eliminated from the title contention. And that will just go to Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton going into Sao Paulo on June 13th.
It sure would go to Sao Paulo between Leclerc and Hamilton on June 13th, and we see Charles Leclerc. He's got a 3.6 second lead over our points leader, who seems to be struggling.
Charles Leclerc is at racing and wants him to use ERS, but I just think Charles Leclerc is saving that ERS probably until the final 2 laps when he's ready to extend his lead. And what this means, it would put him a little bit closer in the title. It would keep the title all the way going to Sao Paulo, but Charles Leclerc is back by 20. Now he's only back by 10 points, and that's good. But Hamilton would obviously clinch the title if Leclerc DNS, but with Hamilton and with just 3 more races to go now, Hamilton could clinch it going into Great Britain, his home race, because that 10-point gap wouldn't just be enough to go to Sao Paulo.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enough. And look at the points as they stand at the moment. Hamilton with a 13-point lead over Charles Leclerc, a 33-point lead over Antonelli, and a 39-point lead over Yuki Tsunoda. But Tsunoda charging Hamilton, and he's got him. Hamilton down to 4th, and look at the points now as they change.
Lewis Hamilton down to 4th, and now only 7 points separate the top 2 in the championship. Antonelli back by 27, and of course Tsunoda back by 30 now. Verstappen back by 58. He's still in it, but now Hamilton, the points leader, down to 4th, and this is crucial for Lewis Hamilton in terms of the World Championship battle between those 4 drivers: Hamilton, Leclerc, Antonelli, Tsunoda, and Max Verstappen, still on the hunt for the championship. As you can tell, now Charles Leclerc is coming into the pits. Leclerc enters the pit lane to put on some tires, and we believe he's going to go to the hard compound tires. So now, Ferrari's going to have a smooth start, and he brings in Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton to the championship leader. Also comes in Antonelli, Verstappen stay out as well. How things have changed in the pit stops now. Hamilton is coming to the pits. Yuki Tsunoda is also into the pits.
What a crazy Austrian Grand Prix this has been. Antonelli stays out with Max Verstappen. And I can tell you one thing, Antonelli is going to be the youngest. Yes, I mean the youngest now to be leading the World Championship.
Andrea Kimi Antonelli now leads the championship over Lewis Hamilton by 12 points. Charles Leclerc back by 32. Max Verstappen is in the 4th by 39, and Yuki Tsunoda back by 45. So Kimi Antonelli currently at the moment leads the championship. One would have to make his pit stop, which will put him back down to P3, but at the moment he'd be the youngest at the moment to be leading the Drivers' Championship. Oh, and Charles Leclerc with a big moment, and gets passed by his former teammate Carlos Sainz. So now Leclerc down to 13th, but doesn't matter at the moment, still not in the points. But Kimi Antonelli will now lose the championship lead. He held it just for a little bit, but now he's going to come in to serve his pit stop. Wow, what an Austrian Grand Prix, like you said, Jesse. This has been a crazy race. We've had now, that is now the first time, this is like the 5th, 6th time this season the championship has changed hands at the moment from Kimi Antonelli. He is going to be holding that record as leading it as the youngest Formula One driver in history. So now there's We're on lap 6 out of 10. The two Aston Martins, the Sauber of Hulkenberg, Albon, and Sainz still stay out to have not served their pit stops. But I want to go back to Kimi Antonelli and the Drivers' Championship. That will be the first time in history, as you know, the youngest. He's 18 years old. He is the youngest to be leading the World Championship, and he is going to be, probably remember that for a long time as a Formula One driver. But now Charles Leclerc within the points is now closing in on Hamilton with the championship lead. And this is the look at the standings as the championship as it stands. Hamilton now leads it by 12. Max Verstappen moves his way up to 20th, but he is going to come into the pits this lap. TSUNODA back by 33, and Kimi Antonelli, who was leading the championship just a little bit, back by 33 as well. So now Max Verstappen is into the pits. Charles Leclerc passes Nico Hulkenberg, who was trying to come into the pits, and he does so, but boy, there was nearly contact there. But now, then George Russell comes to the pits. Pierre Gasly into the pits. So now, staying out is Liam Lawson, Stroll, and Fernando Alonso. What a Grand Prix this has been so far in this race. Lap 7 out of 10. We have 4 more to go here at the Austrian Grand Prix. We're going to take this one lap and just listen to how the car handles and how, Charles Leclerc works with the throttle and his, race engineer. So let's just listen in.
No hybrid power. Straight line speed will be compromised. Enable ERS.
It's just amazing how, Charles works with that throttle. We saw Lawson and Stroll came in, now Albon's also in at the pits as well. But it's just amazing how, Charles Leclerc is just working on that throttle. It's impressive. Like, he just stays calm. We heard his, racing saying that, he's not using ERS, which I'm pretty sure he's doing it, probably 2 or another final lap. But now, he's starting to close up to Fernando Alonso, 2.8 seconds now. Is the gap. So Charles Leclerc is coming, but can he get there? Now, we know Fernando will have to pit at some point, but will he get there before he pits?
Meanwhile, we got battles all over the track. We got the Sauber and the Williams going at it of Gabriel Bortoleto and Alex Albon. Oh, almost contact between the two, as Carlos Sainz now is third, but we'll also have to pit. But now we're going to see Fernando Alonso gonna come in this lap. Yes, here comes Alonso. So now he comes into the pits. Now just 2 more laps to go here in the Austrian Grand Prix. And Sainz also comes into the pits as well. So TSUNODA will be promoted up to second, and Antonelli up to fourth, and Max Verstappen, or Antonelli will move up to third, and Verstappen up to fourth, and of course the championship leader will be moving up to P5. So it is Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari. So Charles Leclerc now wants to make sure he keeps his car nice and slow and tidy to make sure he gets it to the victory. And Charles Leclerc's had 3 back-to-back DNFs at Imola, China, and of course just a couple of weeks and just last week at Australia. But we saw him use a little bit ERS, and now he turns it off to save a little bit as he works his way through the turn 5 and 6 section of the racetrack, now into the swooping right hand turns, and now he's going to work his way through turn 9 and turn 10 to take the last lap of the Austrian Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc so far has been dominant in this race. Took pole position yesterday, and it looks like he's keeping the championship fight alive. Now the final lap is out, and there's the gap at the championship. It is 4 points separating Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. Yuki Tsunoda back in third by 25. Kimi Antonelli, 31 back, and Max Verstappen, 50 back in the championship, while Ferrari still have a good 67-point lead, and Mercedes back by 86, and we can confirm that McLaren will be eliminated as they're 131 back. And the battle for P6, well, it is also tight. Haas at the moment hold P6, but RB have caught them a little bit. They're back by 6, Aston Martin back by 46, Alpine back by 46, and we will officially say that Sauber and Williams will not be contending for P5. So they're going to be out for P5. They'll just be fighting for P9, while there's still 4 more to go for Haas, Racing Bulls, Aston Martin, and Alpine, as they all try to pick up some big points before we go to Sao Paulo in June. As Lance Stroll is now out of the race, but who's not out of the race? It's back to winning ways for Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc wins the Austrian Grand Prix. He is back in the championship fight. Charles Leclerc wins the Austrian Grand Prix.
Enable ERS. Unbelievable. What a race. You deserve this one.
Charles Leclerc wins the Austrian Grand Prix, and with that fastest lap bonus point as well, cuts Lewis Hamilton's championship lead just to 4. TSUNODA second, Verstappen third, Antonelli fourth. They're still in the hunt as they finish ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who is P5, Lawson, Hadjar, Norris, Russell, Gasly, all in the points. Colapinto finishes 11th, then it's Alonso, Barron, Piastri, Boyle, to Hulkenberg, Ocon, Albon, Sainz, and Stroll, who didn't finish. So now, the championship, 4 points separate the top 2 at the moment, as it's going to be TSUNODA, Antonelli, and Verstappen still on the hunt for the championship. As well as in the constructors, Ferrari still has a good lead by 67-89 over the top 2. That concludes today's race. We'll see you in Great Britain for round number 13. We'll see you there. Goodbye, everyone.